Griswold families. Thank you for everyone for coming in. I just want to start by first pointing out our exits. Should we ever need them, we will not. They're to the sides. So we were in for a special treat tonight. I've been fortunate enough to be able to see them earlier today, and they were fantastic. Just so you know, this will be recorded tonight as well, so you'll be able to view it on the school website as well as the YouTube channel afterward for if you want to rewatch it with your child or show it to anybody else. I also want to share that I've had the privilege of having my conference room right next to the band room. And at the beginning of the year, I wasn't quite sure why they would have put the two close to each other because it kind of sounded more like noise sometimes than music. Lately, I want to have the door open all the time when they practice. The kids have worked so hard and they sound absolutely amazing. So without further ado, I will introduce our band director that is behind all of the hard work in addition to your children. And I hope you enjoy tonight's winter instrumental concert.
Section sets the tone for this delightful march. Listen for the catchy melody that builds to the end. I'm sure you're going to find your toe tapping to this catchy march with a great melody.
Snow Globe by Robert Sheldon. This gentle piece reminds us of the whimsical feelings we have when looking into a snow globe. The soaring melodies and colorful harmonies bring back the warm memories of friends and family during the holiday season. You could almost hear the snow gently falling. Snow Globe is sure to provide a special moment for you.
it's always a privilege to be able to work with the students and see how far they've come and how much hard work they've put in. Thank you for your support at home. I hope you're enjoying the first part of the concert. And that last piece we just did is not easy for kids to play slowly and beautifully, and I think you would agree that that was just a beautiful piece they just did. So another round of applause. So in complete contrast to that piece, our next piece is called The Abominable Snowman Chase, and it was written in 2010 by Robert W. Smith. He's one of my most favorite composers, but also one of the most popular composers in America today. He writes great stuff for band. This piece is based on the legend of the elusive Yeti. The Abominable Snowman Chase takes us on the adventure through the Himalayan mountains. The composer uses harmony and percussion effects to create a soundscape that stirs your imagination. Listen carefully to the footsteps of the Yeti at the beginning, played by the bass drum, and brace yourself for our race through the highest mountain range in the world. A special thank you to Mrs. Turgeon on the bass drum and Mrs. Chudris playing the gong. They both learned new instruments and practiced hard with the band and even at home or on vacation. I'm sure Mrs. Chudris' husband was very excited to see the gong come over. Was it fabulous?
It was a lot of fun.
So thank you so much for putting in the effort to help us out, but also to learn a new instrument and to show you're never too old to learn something new. So go out and learn something new, and maybe even pick up an instrument yourself. Have your child teach you how to play it. You'll have a bigger appreciation for just how difficult it is sometimes. So thank you to them, and also you'll see throughout the night I have a lot of other adults in the band helping out. We have a great music department here, so you'll see some members of the music department and some members of our school community here, just to, again, show that music is not something that just kids do. Music is something that you can enjoy throughout your whole life. And it's always a great way to find some way to enjoy music, whether you're listening, singing, playing an instrument in a group, playing an instrument for yourself at home or your family. So I hope that you'll find a way to make music part of your life. Here's our last piece, The Abominable Snowman Chase. Welcome to the jazz band section of our portion of our conference. The group that you see before you is made up of all fifth graders at this point. In the spring, I will invite fourth graders to participate in jazz band now that they know how to put their instruments together and make their sound. So they will be invited if you're coming to jazz. Please feel free to sign them up for the Afternoon Adventures Jazz Band when it comes back around in the spring. So these students meet every Tuesday for Afternoon Adventures, and then we continue to do a few extras until the concert. We're going to be performing some swing style jazz, and usually we have a usual jazz band is only made up of saxes, trumpets, trombones, and the rhythm section, but you'll see other instruments in here like flutes, because we feel like it's for everybody, and baritones and such. So we like to include everybody in our jazz band here at Griswold School. We learned the jazz scale called the blues scale, and the first thing that we learn how to do that, and then we learn all these different little licks, we call them in jazz, or like little vocabulary words, so little 4-beat phrases. And they will use, instead of using just straight eighth notes, they use what we call a doo-wop. And so that's kind of what it gives with the jazzy feeling. So we learn all of these little vocabulary words, and then we take those rhythms and we mix them up on the scale and do some improvisation. So we're going to kind of demonstrate how we go about learning how to improvise on an instrument. So they're going to play the blues scale for you right now, and they're going to play it on one specific rhythm all the way through the scale. And then they're each going to take a turn showing you how they can use that scale and use any jazzy rhythms that they like, keeping a steady beat with our drummer extraordinaire, Tragan. All right? Here you go. Right? Improvisation. So we're going to start over here in my saxophone section. All right. music, and they can improvise in different ways over the 12-bar blues. So the next piece that we're going to play is an actual piece now, applying what they've learned to that piece of music. Boogie Blues is our next piece, and it's a swing style, and as I said before, they're going to use those jazzy rhythms. That's really what makes it feel like the jazzy rhythms, that do-ba-do-ba-do-ba-da. And so we have some soloists in the middle. There's a middle section. We're going to have Emma Giorgini improvising a solo on alto saxophone. We're going to have, this evening we're going to have Anthony Interlandi improvising a solo and on the guitar. And then we have a written out solo that the piece comes with that we have 3 students playing together. And that's going to be Stan, Abigail, and Noah playing Stan's on saxophone, Abigail on flute, and Noah on trombone. So they're going to do Boogie Blues. And our last piece for the jazz band tonight is going to be Avenue Swing by Mike Collins Dowden. This piece is also in the swing style of jazz, and it features a hip-hop melody that is played to the title Avenue Swing. So if you listen, you'll hear it go do-do-do-da, do-do-do-da, which should mimic the word Avenue Swing. Avenue Swing. So maybe see how many times you can pick that out of the music. There's an interesting call and response passage in the middle involving the saxophones in the brass section, and you can listen for Elena Schreiner playing the trumpet solo in the middle. And so we hope you enjoyed our jazz section. And after this, we will reset for our beginning band. Please stick around because They're doing a great job too, and they'd love to see this big audience. All right, yeah, that's now done. One won't work when the other one's on. It's a huge testament to the hard work that these students have put in, that I can go sit in the band, and then I'm not worried. And I'm gonna tell you aside from the whole band doing a great job, one of the reasons why I can go sit in the band is because Tragan basically is running my jazz band. The rhythm section, along with my guitars and Isaac on the piano, fabulous job. I mean, the level of musicianship is just amazing here at Griswold School. So bravo to all of you. Fabulous job.
The beginning band has learned about 6 notes for a concert. To make the music sound fuller, we have taken our simple melodies and added bass lines to make them more interesting. One song even adds a harmony line to create 3 parts. We have worked very hard and we are excited to perform it for you.
The first song we perform is Closet Key. Closet Key is an African American song that originated in the South, but probably came from England. It is a singing game that is played in a circle, and we learned it in 2nd grade music class here at Griswold School. Another song we like to sing in 2nd grade. It is a nursery rhyme and clapping game. It's the first song we have played with 8th grade teaching us. That talks about the spice buns that have a white cross across them. They are associated with Good Friday, and you see them in stores around Easter time. Back in the 18th century, England street vendors would cry about the buns they were selling to get people to come buy them. All the children would come running to get the tasty treat, much like they do today when the ice cream truck comes home. long history. It is based on another song from 1847 called Goodnight Baby. It was rewritten by three composers in 1935 and was later used as the Merry Melodies cartoon series by Warner Brothers. In 1970, it was also used as the theme for the Ray Rayner Show. Again, it was used in 1995 as the ending theme of Sylvester and the Tweety Missions movie. The melody for this song also sounds much like the tune from How to Little Lamb. folk song called Little Haynes. This song will be performed in 3 parts that include the melody, harmony, and bass line together. French folk song, which means by the light of the moon. This is a tune that our third graders like to play on their recorders. Over many years, this tune has become a children's lullaby.
It's really amazing how far they've come since band camp in August, or maybe just September when some of them got their instruments. They've done a fabulous job, so let's give them one more round of applause. It's really hard to believe that they didn't know how to put their instruments together just a few months ago, and they're doing such a great job now. Thank you for all your support at home. Thank you for filling out practice charts and for encouraging your child to practice and reminding them to practice and bringing instruments to school and calling the office to find out what's going on. Thank you for all of your diligent hard work as well at home. I really appreciate it, and we all do here at Griswold School. Thanks to the 4th and 5th grade teachers who help daily in keeping the students coming to lessons on time and helping them to remember and to do their practicing at home as well. Thank you to Mr. Campbell, our principal, and Mrs. Quinn, our lead teacher, who also happens to be chaperoning this afternoon, this evening in the other room. Mrs. Riley Fusina, our other music teacher, what you see here starts really in kindergarten and at preschool over at Willard, if your child went to preschool. We start the foundations of the music that you hear today when they're first entering school with steady feet. If you have a kindergartner now, you know that they're doing that. So thank you to Mrs. Riley Fusina, who is always there to support our music program, as well as being one of my chaperones in the back tonight. We have such a great music staff here in town. So I want to also thank Mr. Brian Benny, our superintendent of schools, who is always very supportive of our music program here in town. And thank you for the nice, beautiful new band room that we've gotten here over the last year and a half. If you haven't seen it yet, please take a walk through and check it out. It's right directly across the hall here. And you can have your child show you the new band cubbies that we got this year. And all this wonderful equipment that we have. So thank you so much to Mr. McGee for all your support. Thank you to Mr. Boyle, our K-12 Music and Fine Arts supervisor, for all his support and help and keeping us music teachers in line. Thank you to the Mrs. Whittles and Mrs. Up for answering those phones in the office and doing all the help back behind to help me out, and some of the other paras that helped doing all the photocopying. Thank you to Mr. Nick Smith, who's our videographer in the back. This will be recorded for VHS TV, and you can find them on their YouTube channel, VHS TV, if you have friends and family who couldn't make it tonight. Thank you to Mr. Sheldon, our IT staff here at Griswold School. He sets up our microphones and helps out with all of that. Mr. McCabe, our head custodian, and all of his staff for breaking down and setting up and breaking down and setting up and breaking down and setting up all of the chairs and all of these risers and such that you see tonight. I couldn't do it without them. Miss Bodette, our 5th grade teacher who is not here tonight, she's taking some more classes to be smarter and even better at what she does. She also happens to have a music degree, and so she helps me out with the jazz band every week after school, and she was playing with us this morning in the band. So I thank her in her absence for all her help. Miss Danielle Gebel, our 5th grade teacher, also plays the flute. She used to play the flute here at Griswold School, and so she's sitting in with us as well tonight. Mrs. Jutras and Mrs. Turgeon, our other teachers in the building who have helped play with the band and helped chaperone this evening as well. And my district music staff, I couldn't do it without them. There's many things that happened tonight that I don't even know about yet that they took care of and I didn't have to worry about because instruments only break the night of the concert. So I'm sure they fixed 3 instruments and helped 4 other students do something that I don't even know about tonight. So Mrs. Shelby Ryan over there on bass clarinet from Hubbard. Mr. Robert Caprioni over there on trombone. He's our Willard teacher. And Mrs. Bradshaw, our middle school teacher. She's just here scoping out what she's got to work with for next year. So I hope that all of your 5th graders are planning on being in the band and the jazz band over there. I heard that they had a fabulous concert. So thank you so much. Some flowers for you. And again, thank you. And I almost forgot. Allie Kavanaugh is in the back here in the saxophone section tonight. She is a former Griswold and Willard student. And she is a current music student. And she's studying to be a music teacher, so anytime she can get in the building and help out, she's been at every concert in the last 2 weeks while she's on her break, and she's subbing for me, and she's subbing for other people in the building for Mrs. Casino whenever we're out. So while she's on her break, thank you so much for helping us out, and good luck on your music program. I think one more. So I just wanted to mention the program covers that we have. We have a design competition every year. I had so many to choose from and so many fabulous artists. Thank you to Mrs. Lee, who is our art teacher, who encourages them to draw and be creative. Our program covers were designed tonight by Zach Lavoy, Ruby Michaud, Abby Giorgini, Kaylee Wazorek, Maya Stein, and Philip DeVoe. So congratulations to them, and thank you to all who mentioned.
And last but not least, Ms. Wilson. She has the skill to manage 3 bands at once. Advanced, jazz, beginning. Not only that, but she has to work out each of the sections and help them learn their part. Let's give a round of applause for Miss Wilson.